This is Level Up Success Podcast with Neth and Truth.
Hey, how you doing, friends and family? This is the Level Up Success Podcast, and welcome to another episode where we always bring knowledge and power to our listener. So tell me, Nate, how we gonna start this now?
Yeah, how you guys doing today, man? We're doing great. So we're doing something a little bit different now. As you can see, me and Truth are not in the same room today, and it's because we're prepping for for Thanksgiving. So, Truth, why don't you give a little insight of what you're doing this week or where
I
you
end up
at?
going. Um, I end up going to PA because our family have a property by Scranton. It's actually like 20 minutes after the Pocono. No PA, but yeah, I'm doing the holiday. We got to spend the time over here because you know I gotta be careful. I say I love the Bronx, but over here it's like more quiet in Scranton. So that's one of the reasons we usually like to stay here on the holiday because it's like a different scenario. And sometimes you just want to get away from everybody. Even though I got love for my people.
No, no. I
But
mean, it makes perfect sense. It makes perfect sense. I mean, you are, you live in you were raised in New York. You love New York. It's just sometimes you want to have a different environment. It makes sense. You know, so yeah. So we have a guest here today. Um, like I said, our theme today. Since we are in the holidays, I was like, what better than to invite somebody who's in the field of cooking. And but before we get more into that, why don't you give the audience your name and your background, basically.
Okay. Hi, everybody. My name is Jackie. I was born in Queens. I am a Queens native New Yorker. And my family is from Haiti and the Dominican Republic. And I'm here to talk about food with y'all so I can show some of y'all how to boil water. Because some of y'all don't know how to boil water. I'm going to show you how to boil
one
water.
of them, don't worry.
All right, let's teach the people the proper way to boil water, man. Maybe I'll have to probably take some notes as well.
I have to learn how to boil egg too. So
That's funny. So besides like what do you do like besides because I know that you cook as something that you're working towards cooking and I know you have a content now. But besides that, what else do you do like for a living? If you don't mind talking about that.
You know what? Sure. Right now, I'm currently a supervisor. I work for the shelter system in New York City. And basically, what we do in my department, we process everybody that's coming into the shelter and get their cases going so we could move them to other departments so that they could get proper housing.
Okay, okay. And
hmm
how does that work? I mean, is it like a challenging job? Is it something that is like a routine or like how does that work?
Well, it is a routine, but it can be challenging because I don't know if you guys, been watching what's been going on. We've been having a lot of people coming from Colombia, Venezuela, and a lot of migrants have been coming to the United States looking to start a new life here. And I get that because my families are, they're immigrants, and everybody just wants to have the American dream. So it has been challenging to, especially when you have such a large influx of people coming in out of nowhere, because it was just something that came out of nowhere, at the last minute. So basically, we're there to provide them with proper shelter and get them going into housing.
All right, that's cool. And is it me or have they been opening up more shelters now? Like I've been seeing
Oh,
more shelters opening up around the area.
yeah, they've been opening up so many shelters because we had so many people coming in. Like I said, this was something at the last, minute. So a lot of people have been coming in, and we had no place to put anybody,
Mm.
so we had to like find places that were vacant and create spaces for people to be able to reside in, because it was very overwhelming.
Yeah.
You have thousands and you have hundreds and thousands of people coming because they want to leave where they're at to come here to have a better life. And I totally understand that. That's what my family did.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, but it was overwhelming because it was at the last minute. And it was
Okay.
like, okay, here this is. So, we're
All right.
doing what we can to
Okay. So
provide
now,
for
I
you
mean,
guys.
it's yeah. So I know, yeah, I could see how it's challenging because yeah, a lot of people are coming in, but we do want to commend you for helping because I know that without your contribution, like there'll be a lot of more people out in the streets right now. So, we wanna give you thanks for that. All right.
Thank you.
So yeah, no problem, no problem, anytime. So yeah, so now let's talk about what we came here to talk about. So you want to give us an introduction of what it is that you do and what it is that you're prepping for. Like the name. Because I know we have to have a title for whenever we're trying to start a business. So you want to talk a bit about that?
Okay. So
Yeah.
I got back into the whole food industry back in 2020 with the height of the pandemic. That was a time, even though it was bittersweet, to like really step back and reflect on what life is and what you really want to do. So I started a YouTube channel called Jackie's Cooking, and what I basically do is go on there because I bake and I cook, and I went to culinary school, and I want to share this God-given gift with everybody to show them how to boil water, how to get in the kitchen, and the other spectrum of that is to show people how you could create great meals on a budget. Because mind you, inflation is going on and it's really hard, especially when you have a large family. So basically, my goal is to show people how to cook, make great meals, save money, and save time cooking. So
Awesome.
that's fun.
What culinary school did you go to? You don't mind me asking.
Okay, back
Wow.
in 2001, I went to what was called the New York Restaurant School. Now I think it's called the Arts Institute. Yeah, I think it's called the Arts Institute. But back in 2001, I went to the Arts, New York, New York, what did I just say? Yeah, New York Institute,
Okay.
Culinary School. And basically, I went to the pastry program because I love to bake cakes. I love to create. That's where my magic is. That's where my power is. Because I was always fascinated with cakes. And when you're baking, it's more of a scientific thing.
Yeah.
It's not like you could just throw something and everything's going to be perfect, but it's more scientific. So I wanted to get, some kind of paper under that, certificate under that. So that's what I did in 2001. And since then, I've been, pursuing my goals, catering, doing little odd events here and there.
Okay. What made you be fascinated with baking? Is there like a story behind it, or is just something that naturally? Yeah.
Oh God, I come from a family of cooks and
Okay.
restaurateurs. And when you come from a place where people are so passionate, especially in Haiti and DR, very passionate about their food, very passionate about their food. And with the baking aspect, I have a cousin by the name of Rosie who I used to always be intrigued by how she used to create these cakes. She used to create Bible cakes. She used to create these sheep kind of cakes when I was going through confirmation and communion, and just watching her create that gave me such a outlet to let my creativity come out and express myself. So I was always fascinated with that. Um, Food is an art. It's an art. It's a passion, and people could see that through your work. So yeah.
Yeah. That's what I was just thinking about that while you were talking. All that came to mind was like, oh, she's an artist. This is a form of art. So and then you just said it right there. I'm like, oh yeah, yeah. So that's basically what I was thinking. While you was talking about that. All right, that's cool. Hey, I mean, what are like I just thought about this out of nowhere. What is a popular like dish over there in Haiti? If I ever want to visit sometime.
Oh my God, there's so many. First of all, they have this black rice, which is like everybody's favorite.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people, especially a lot of people that are Native Americans, African Americans, or what have you. It's called, it's a black rice. It's made from this mushroom that is, I think, only generated in Haiti. It's called Julie Akjonjon. And it's so flavorful. It's a dried mushroom, and it'll make the rice look black, and it gives such a beautiful earthy, and it just really tantalizes your palate. And then you have
Okay.
griot, which is like the fried pork,
Mm.
fried marinated pork chunks. And oh my God, oh, we have so many. There's so many other great dishes. Oh my God. Of course, the way they do their chicken, and they take so much pride in the way they work with their food, because what I've noticed about Haitians, they do their pride in how they clean their food, and
Mm.
you're talking about their history and their struggle, and the foods that they bring together. It's just amazing because it tells you so much about their history, their culture, their struggles, and where they're at now. You
Wow.
know, I
Okay.
gave a poetry session. I gave a serious
Yeah.
poetry session. Okay,
Nah,
guys.
nah, that's awesome. I mean, what I would need from you is to write down that rice for me. So if I ever take a trip, I know what to ask for. Some of
Yes,
that rice
exactly.
with grillo.
Yes, yes, you will love it. You will love it. You know, so much passion in the way they just prepare their foods, and the history of the whole island. I think that's what really impacts and the cultural influences and the history and the African influence on the island and the Taino influence on the island. Of course, the European, but all that just merged to create great flavors and a great culture.
Awesome, awesome. Do you most your dishes? Where does it come based on? Does it come based on Haiti, or do you have different dishes that from different cultures you like to make?
Oh yeah, I do everything. I do what's called food fusion. Food fusion is a combination of taking bits and pieces from different cultures and combining them together to create one dish. So I like to create foods from Haiti. I like to create foods from DR. I like to create foods from Asia with the Chinese and Korean. I like to create foods from India. I'm even dabbling in Turkish food. And I just love to try different foods, and I'll take little bits and pieces here and there, and I'll come up with something. Like I remember I did something like it was like a Turkish bread, and I took it and I created my version, of a Mexican birria.
Mm,
Um,
okay.
and I took what they did with their flatbread and I combined it and I created what was my version, because that's what food is about. It's about you can't be locked into one thing. You have to express yourself, because growing up, it's like, no, this is the way you make it. This is the way it has to be, especially from the older generation, But food is an art, and it's about just expressing, experimenting, and not being afraid to
All
just
right.
create
Awesome.
new.
Better, yeah, it makes sense. You don't want to just.
Yeah,
It's good to follow tradition, but sometimes when you try something new, you might come up with something better.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, definitely.
that's
All
cool.
right. So what are your favorite dishes to make?
Oh my God, I love food. I love Asian food. I love Indian food. I love how they use their spices and the earthy smell of their spices. I love Haitian food, of course. I love Dominican food. I love I just love food. I'm a food lover. I just like to try different foods from everybody, and because when you eat somebody's food, they're telling you about their culture, they're telling you about their history, they're telling you about their relations. It brings people together,
Yeah.
and it just really is a story when you are able to bite into something good, because you can't eat from everybody now, mind you. But you can try it, patch, but from the people that you feel safe eating from, because you can't eat from everybody, But from people that are really passionate about their foods and how they um express their food, it's a beautiful thing. It's a
Yeah,
beautiful.
yeah. I mean, talking about dishes. I know that
Oh,
one time
definitely,
we are
definitely.
talking about it before before we started. That I requested for like um patelitos, with sauce, and like you brought me a whole bandeja, like you brought me a whole like you're full of it. I'm like, man, I wasn't expecting this much. And then the unique thing is that as far as the sauce, the sauce of choice was zesty sauce, because I did I remember you asked me, hey, do you like spicy on your sauces, or do you like mild? I was like, oh no, I like spicy, something that tastes great. You put like a
Mm,
zesty sauce, so it's kind of like it's different in a sense that as far as patelitos, you do see it in different races, but I don't see zesty sauce integrated into it. So that was new, but it was tasty as
right.
well. So it was something new, and I enjoyed it. So I see what you're saying. You like to like do like fusions of things, which
Yes.
matter of fact, I've been seeing a couple of restaurants that are like fusing like Jamaican with Asian. So I've seen a mixture of that. Uh, I've seen a mixture of Indian integrated with Jamaican food. I mean, they have some similar spices, but they don't. They're different, but they have that unity, and I mean, I like it. I mean, I have nothing against that at all. So
Right.
yeah.
Right.
So
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
far as yeah, so I know that you're cooking. Do you do catering for people? Like, is that something that you have been doing?
Yes. I got back into catering. I've been catering for quite a while, but then I had to take a break because if you don't know your worth, people will take advantage of that. And I want to share this with anybody who wants to get in this field. Know
Mhm.
your worth. Know, don't sell, because the minute people, your food will taste good the minute, everybody will love your food. Oh, Jackie's so good. Da, 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 da. But the minute you add a dollar onto it,
Yeah.
everything starts changing. Oh, Jacquee, it was too spicy. Oh, Jacquee had too much pizza. Oh, Jacquee, it had too much salt.
They're looking for the
Know your
discount.
worth. Right. And everybody want everything for free. Everything can't be for free. I'm tired, Nate and Truth. I am tired. Everything you got to pay. Okay? Because, if you don't know your worth, people are going to take it. Especially what I also want to let people know is don't let people know how hungry you are for the money. I mean, this is my art and I love to cook. But there was a time years ago when I was younger, I was trying to make ends meet, working one job and trying to ends meet. But when
Yeah.
people know that you're hungry for that money, that's when they start creating their own price tags and they start bringing it down. Don't do that.
Hmm.
Don't do that. And that's from experience, Know your worth, do your research, and share your love and passion with people. Don't let people take advantage of you.
Yeah, yeah. No, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful you say that because uh, we are like constructed to like certain way of living, right? We're supposed to go to school. We're supposed to find what career we want to take, and then work for somebody. That's just like the system that we have. Now, when you're doing something on your own, something that's your art, something that you're creating, Like a lot of times people don't value their worth on doing something because of the surroundings. Who is around you, like that's asking for your services. See, they're probably accustomed to receiving it for free because at some point you was just doing it to experiment. But now these same people, now you want to experiment with this business, and you don't see that help that you probably will be expecting of somebody who loves your work. Does that make sense?
Yes,
You know what I mean?
it definitely makes sense because if you don't take pride in what you do, nobody else is going to take pride in it,
Mhm.
And everybody's, and oh God, I don't know if I should say this. Our black and Latino people, we want stuff for free. Stop. We can't always have stuff for free. Stop it. You know, um, the same money that you're taking to pay somebody else, why can't you give me that money?
Yeah, yeah, no,
Because you
yeah,
because you
yeah, you
think,
listen.
oh, because you know me, that means you should get it for cheaper. But you're not respecting the work and the hard work and the sweat and the love that you're putting into work. But the minute I put a price tag on it, oh Jackie, that's too much. Oh well, Jackie, your food ain't all that. Oh Jackie, your food has too much salt. Oh Jackie, your food got too much pique. No, you
Yeah,
have to like really put the standards, and get
yeah,
out
no, yeah,
there.
yeah. And it's true. And I guess yeah, there's a message that we could throw out there to our our brown and black fellows out there. Like we gotta try to help each other out. Like we like we're living in a community where like if you think about it, people are just separated. And after the pandemic, is everybody been scattering and separating more. It's like we need that unity, and the way that we do unity is by doing our own business and supporting people that are doing businesses, especially if you like what they're doing. You know what I mean? Like, don't take things for granted. Like, that's why a lot of times when like people that follow me now, they're gonna know. Like, I tend to go to these mom and pop stores or like businesses that are owned by the community. I try to support them because I understand like the struggles. I understand like how hard it is to stand out and wanting to create your own. It's not easy, and we're living in a system that we're not giving enough support to people who are doing something, especially if it's good for you. If it's good for you and you see something that that you could take advantage of, then help yourself by helping them. That makes sense. You know what I mean? Like we
Yeah,
have
it
to,
does.
yeah, we have to live in we have to like unite ourselves, and that's what we're here for. We're here to have those conversations. So thank you for bringing that up because it is important. I know you probably didn't want to bring it up, but it's good that you did because we do have to send out the right messages to
We
people.
gotta
Like
talk about it. We
yeah,
gotta put it
we
out
do.
there.
Yeah, yeah. And like I said, like even us, like we are growing right now. We're experimenting, but at some point in time, we're gonna need the support of everybody. So, it's just it just is what it is. Truth, do you have any questions you might want to ask?
No, no, because the thing is, the reason is
Sure.
like this is because like I always say, like we are trying to compete against each other, not help each other. It's all like, oh, he's doing that, let me do it better. Like we're never gonna rise as a community if we keep competing against each other. Like you said, that we're supposed to be helping each other. But I think that's the way we were raised too. Like you gotta do better than the next person. Who's the next
Yeah,
person around us? It's usually
yeah,
for our own community. So I mean, I
yeah,
just
yeah,
wanted to laugh, but it's crazy. Like we gotta change the mindset of our people. That's the thing, and we're not doing that.
Right.
Hopefully, we start doing that by having this type of conversation
yeah.
because some
No, and
people are
that's
scared
where
to
it
have
starts.
this conversation.
Yeah, that's where it starts. It starts with conversation, right? Like so you brought it up. It made me think about that, right? I'm like thinking like, yeah, it's true. Like people don't we don't help each other. And then like I know Truth knows about this because me and him we have this conversation all the time. It's one of the main reasons why we have this podcast. One of the main reasons we haven't even changed the method of how we do our podcast, because we want to start having conversations with, we want to start having conversations like this, and and uplift people, congratulate people for what they do, because everything that you do is valuable. Another thing, yeah, well, yeah.
No, no,
Thank you for clapping
it
for me.
is, it
I'll
is.
clap
That's
for you
what we
too, because
like.
you're also doing a lot, man. So
Yeah,
thank
I'm
you.
so proud. I thank you to you both for having this space for people to come on here and just express themselves, because we need more people like both of you to have these open spaces, to share the voices, to share their ideas and experiences, because that's the only way, if we don't do this, what's going to happen? We have to, have people like you that are willing to step out there and open that door for us. And I want to say thank you to you both, and I congratulate you both.
Yeah, and thank you too. Because I know you're helping us too by participating. But let's go on. Let's go on. Hey, so well, we already talked about what is the most popular dish that people
You
ask for?
on
'Cause
it?
I know you have to have something Wait, am I
Because
lagging?
I heard jump a little bit.
Okay. You guys hear me now?
Yeah, I see you.
A little bit, yeah, because I
Okay.
feel like it jump.
All right, all right. But we good now.
It's me, I think. That's time. But I guess, all right, I guess continue question.
Okay. Well, yeah, we just added it. So, my question now is, you must have a favorite dish that people ask for. Like, there has to be a dish, yeah, where people be like, you know what, Jackie, bring me this. Is there like one special dish that you have that people ask for?
Well, it's not a dish, but the pastelitos are made for you.
Okay, okay.
People love those because you can have them for breakfast, you can have them for lunch, you can have them for. I mean,
Yeah.
you can have them with a cup of coffee in the morning. People love those because the dough is the way I make the dough. It's like a puff pastry dough from scratch, and you could put all kinds of things. You could put chicken, you could put beef, and I don't know. There's something about those just make people go, "Oh my god!"
Mm-hmm.
People just it's comforting, and I think that's what people love the comfort that this brings. I don't know if either it reminds them of their childhood or just have them sitting back and you could just have your coffee and tea and eat this and mind your business and be okay with it's something about that just people love, and I mean a lot of stuff that I make, especially cakes and stuff like that. But something about that, as simple as it may appear, it's like a flaky pastry with meat inside. That just it's simple, but it brings some kind of warmth and comfort to people.
Yeah, yeah. No,
As simple as
yeah, it is kind of a comfort food, because it's like, even when I'm young, like, I'm thinking about when I was younger. Things that I would love to eat. What was it? McDonald's, right? Bad, right? Pizza. But another thing, that a dish that I think similar of is the pastelitos. Like, when the family would cook pastelitos, I'll be as excited. I'm like, oh, so, and then I grew, and it does bring me comfort, because it brings me back to, when I used to go to DR and see my family make pastelitos. It would be exciting. Like, I mean, do you feel the same way, Truth? Like, how about pastelitos?
Not much because I rather penne. I mean, it's not that I will eat too much pastelito. I'm like more like penne type of dude. But yeah, I understand because most of my family, I'm like one of the few ones don't eat too much pastelito for some reason. But yeah, but I do understand, especially with the penne. So I don't blame you.
What about pernil pastelito, though?
yeah, you could do that too.
I didn't even think about that.
Because
Yo,
there's so many things you could do with that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so we extract we delete everything that I say before that.
you're gonna have to make it. You're gonna have to make Truth a pastelito dish with pernil on it.
I got
Change
you.
you guys' mind.
I love
I
penny.
got you.
I love penny. Like my mother be making the
Okay, that's
best
a good
penny.
thing to know. That's a good thing to know.
There you go. There you go. Now you got a target on you, man. All right, awesome, awesome. So, Jackie, so do you have any like mentors or somebody who you follow when it comes to like cooking?
Hmm. Um, I would say it's mainly somebody in, my family. Um, because they taught me, like when I would see my mother, my cousin, my cousin, my aunt cook, the passion that they have. It's amazing with how they, when they clean their chicken, and how they got to, because, back then a lot of times they didn't have refrigeration over there. So they had to do things in a different way to clean their meat and prepare it and use what they have. I would say those were my mentors. But I do follow a lot of people on YouTube, like Anna Olsen and what's her name? Quite a few other people that I watch on YouTube or the cooking channels, and I could tell when somebody's really loving what they do, because cooking is, the way you feel is the way the food's gonna come out. That's how I look at it. The
Mm,
way you feel is how the way the food's gonna come out, and it's an expression of yourself, your culture, your history, your struggles, your good, your learning, your education, and that whole aspect. It just
okay.
gives me an idea of your food. Yeah.
All right. Awesome. Awesome. Eh, so where are you planning on taking this? Like I know
Yes.
you're exercising the new journey. Do you have goals that you're trying to meet? So what or let me just put it like this: is there anything that you have planned like a year from now, as far as what you're doing now with the cooking?
Yeah. So of course I started my cooking channel in 2020 at the height of the pandemic, and that was a time, I guess, for everybody to
Yeah.
just stay back, lay back, and reflect on their life. And that was a time for me to be like, no, Jackie, this is what you love to do. I wanted to do a whole bunch of things. I wanted to cook. I wanted to be an actress. I wanted to be a singer. There's so many things, but I know when it comes to food, it's something I could really share. Um, for a year from now, I would say my goal is I want to bring out spices, Jackie's cooking spices, and continue with my cooking channel to reach as many people as possible. And I want to have a cookbook.
Yeah. Okay.
That's something I definitely want to do. When you're in this life, make the best of it. We all have a temporary time here, and make your mark. And that's my
Okay.
goal, to make a mark.
Gotcha. Awesome. 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 That's great. I do also ask where do you plan? Because like we gotta, when we have our goals, we have to learn how to like put our goals in a structure, right? In a structured fashion. So I could see that you're trying, you want to grow your channel, right? And and showing different things in different venues, and then but my question will be now, like 5 years from now, do you have any like thing that you think you might wanna do? Maybe the book will be out by then, right? Like 5 years from now.
Mm, 5 years from now. Well, I always said I wanted to have like a food spot, where I serve food, and
Mm,
I just want to. I just want people. I just want to reach out to many people as possible. That um, food is knowing how to go about using it, knowing how to go about, especially when you're on a budget, how to still be able to feed your family, and enjoy it with love, because you don't want to taste nothing nasty. You want
Yeah.
to create them on a budget, but have people enjoy it. Um, that's the legacy I want to leave behind, showing people, listen, you could take what you had and make such a beautiful meal out of it. Look, we're in inflation right now. The inflation is horrible. People can't hardly afford even probably a turkey. But
Mhm.
I saw turkeys are like $30, $35 for. Come on, people
Yeah.
can't do it. So I try to come up with
Think you guys calling
videos to show. Listen, I'm like, come on, So I'm like, okay, this is what we're gonna do. Imagine the turkey's chicken. Work with, just there's so many other things you could take to make your table look so big, but it's inexpensive. And a lot of times we tend to not have money, but we want to buy shrimp and ribeye steak when you can't really afford it. No,
Can't afford it.
you could
Yeah.
still have a good, yeah, you could still have a good meal, just knowing how to prep, and especially when you have a large family, uh, um, be on a budget and stay within your means. So these are things I want to send out to people, because cooking is a broad field. There's so many. What's your target audience? Yeah, I bake. I do that too. Like bread. You may not have money to. Bread is like what, $20 now. Everything's going up. Like if you have flour, if you have water, you have some yeast, you can make bread for you and your family, and you don't have
Yeah.
to spend money. That's it.
Yeah. And I mean,
You know.
nowadays, there's new platforms where people could prep what everybody could bring, rather than a set of people just buying a whole set for a whole family. Like I was invited to one of my cousins' place for Thanksgiving, which is where we always go with my aunt. Used to be my aunt, but now it's on the my cousin's roof, and she invites us through this invite, and we all bring something to contribute, because like we're not in those times where one person could just you know get the food and cook it. We're not in that time anymore. Now we need everybody else's help. So it's good that we have these little platforms that allow us to contribute to any type of event that we want to go through now. So that's good to have. So yeah.
Yes.
Hey, what are you planning on do for Thanksgiving?
Well, so the other day, this is just me and CJ, my husband,
Yeah.
and cook something small. I found a turkey at Sam's Club for like $12.22.
Not
I
bad.
said, let me grab this. Right, it's just me and my husband. It's a 10 pounder, and I said, you know what? Let me grab this, because I know I ain't gonna find it cheaper anywhere else if I go to like Walmart or what have you. And maybe go to my family's house, my mother, and celebrate there, but that's what, it's about, and just being able to be grateful for what we have and work with what you have, because sometimes you can't have caviar and steak, ribeye steak, or because this, you have to work with what you have and make it delicious. That's the
Yeah.
goal, and be happy.
What's a good way to? I'm laughing while I'm thinking about this, but what's a good way to make a turkey? Because I know turkey's like a challenging bird to cook. In your
Oh, okay.
opinion?
Because yeah, because I have some videos on my YouTube channel, which I'm gonna get people, let people know about.
Okay.
Um, so people could follow and
What's the
find
name?
out. With the Yeah, so with cooking a turkey, it's about, because turkey is one of them kind of meats that you really need to flavor. You really need to. So I'll use marinades, the mojo marinade, which comes in the sour orange, and to let it sit in there for like 2 days so all those flavors can be absorbed. And then the day of, you put it in the oven, and then you can make like a herb butter and put it on top and under the skin of the turkey to really keep it juicy. And the secret is I love those turkey bags. You know those clear plastic bags
Yeah.
that super they really keep your turkey really keep it nice and moist, and that's the secret to good turkey. You gotta have turkey, you gotta season it. Because it's one of those kind of meats you gotta add flavor to.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Okay.
you want to show people. That's what I do. I have a lot of videos where I show people how to pre-prep because you don't want to be the day of stressed out,
Yeah.
and you want to do as less as possible.
All right. Cool. And the last question. How do you properly boil water?
You take the pot, you add, and I have my stick right here, and you add the water, and you turn the stove on to medium heat, and just let it come until you see those little bubbles coming up. You have boiling water.
Awesome. Thank you
Simple.
so much. So as far as your channel, yeah, you could give us what your channel is. We're gonna have it in the somewhere, whether in the bottom of the link. Well, Truthful guide could guide you guys better on where it's gonna be. The link. You want to share that? Truth?
Yeah. Oh, me?
No, no, truth.
Yeah, it's gonna be not gonna be on the Instagram. I mean, yeah, it's gonna be most. I'm gonna try to post it on the video, but it's gonna be mostly on YouTube. And when once I post it on Spotify, Apple, Google Podcasts, I will also add that link. Just make sure you send me all the link of all the places you want me to promote, like the Instagram, YouTube, Facebook,
Yeah.
whatever you got.
Give
Just send
us
it to me. I make sure put it down.
give us an introduction of the name of your page, and that way we could the audience could hear it.
Okay, so when you go to YouTube, you could just type it in the once you get into YouTube and type it into the bar section at Jackie's Cooking. That's the symbol at JACQUEES Cooking, COOKING, and you'll see my channel. And there's so many different sections there, meats and how to make sofrito and how to make rice, how to make different meats, how to clean your meats before. Don't just take your meat out of the pack and start cooking it. No, know how to clean your meat. I can't get with that when people be talking about they want to don't clean your meat. I can't get with that, Nate and Truth. I can't. But I'm showing people how to do
Yeah.
that because you have better tasting
Hey man,
food.
you get mad with barbecue then.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
don't clean the meat or
I
do it
can't
like
with
you do it
people.
barbecue.
Because they be talking about, oh no, don't clean your meat because you're sending out salmonella. That's not the way I was raised. I was raised you have some lemon, you have some vinegar and everything, and I want to show people how to do that to have
That's what
better
my mother
tasting
do
food.
now.
But I don't know what they talking about. But
Yeah, yeah, it's not good. Unclean meat, man. That does not sound sanitary.
right, you
Oh,
just take it out of the pack.
yeah. All right, guys. So, Jackie, I do want to thank you, for being our guest today. We did learn a lot today. So, like guys, take it in. Like this is what we're doing. We're trying to power up the mindset, and just one podcast at a time, right? All right, truth. You
Indeed.
wanna, you wanna, you
Thank
wanna,
you.
Yes. And
yeah.
before we end this, Jackie, do you have like some type of message or advice you want to give to our listener?
Yes. Know your worth. Don't settle. Don't let people try to change your prices and everybody want everything for free. No, everything can't be for free. You got to pay for it. Okay. So, and don't let people know how hungry you are for that money because that's when they start adding their all price tags and stuff like that. Know your worth and go out there and conquer for your dreams.
Perform. Yeah. All right. Awesome.
Facts. All right, so like I always say at the end, if you like what we're doing, if you like what we're trying to show our listening knowledge about, please follow us at Level Up Success Podcast and our Instagram. And from our Instagram, this is forward. it will direct you to all the platforms that we're already on, like Google, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and any other music platform that you listen to us. So, Ned, we good.
All right. So, all right, guys. So we out here leveling up to
Yeah.
success. I want to give you guys a deuces. All right.
Thank you so much for having me on your show. I appreciate you both and continue the good work.
All right. Thank you so much, Jackie, for joining us today.